It's Rumby 360. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is a great place to try out new games. But where should you start? Let's look at the top 25 games you need to try out on Xbox Game Pass. Just don't forget to like and subscribe. Number 25. Death's Door. Death's Door is an action-adventure game with a strong The Legend of Zelda feeling and Dark Souls. In Death's Door, you take on the role of a small crow who works as a reaper, collecting souls for the Reaping Commission headquarters, an office-like bureaucratic afterlife. Using your sword, bow and arrows, you fight your way through Death's Door's amazing world, collecting souls to use as a currency and solving puzzles to unlock the true ending. Number 24. Stardew Valley. This simulation role-playing game is open-ended, letting you take on activities such as growing crops, raising livestock, fishing, cooking, mining and more. It even lets you marry and have children. It also allows co-op play so you can share your experience with friends and family, which makes this experience all the better. So if you want a fun and relaxing game, you need to try it out. Number 23. No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is an action-adventure survival game that will blow your mind with exploration, survival, combat, trading, and base building on a procedurally generated open universe, which basically gives you unlimited planets to explore. No Man's Sky had a very rough start, but over time Hello Games polished this game and added so much value to it you won't recognize it back. It's definitely worth checking out if you're into space exploration, but if that idea is too scary for you, you can always explore the skies with a friend in co-op. Number 22. Life is Strange. True Colors. In this graphic adventure game, you play as Alex Chen, a young woman who can experience the emotions of others as she tries to solve the mystery behind the tragedy that happened in her life. Even though Life is Strange True Colors is a relatively short game, it is praised for its characters, writing, story themes, voice acting and facial animations. So if you don't mind the length of this game, you should try it out. Number 21. Hollow Knight. In Hollow Knight you explore twisting caverns, battle tainted creatures and escape intricate traps to solve an ancient mystery. This Metroidvania action-adventure game not only looks great, but is also a very challenging but pleasing game, which you probably will play more than once due to its multiple endings and addictive gameplay. Number 20. Hitman Trilogy. In Hitman you play as Agent 47, an agent who works for the fictional International Contract Agency, also known as ICA. Originating as a clone who was genetically engineered to maintain peak human physicality and intelligence, be easy to control and display a cold personality, 47 is regarded as the best assassin in the world. In Hitman Trilogy you can assassinate your targets in the most creative ways, which is a lot of fun. To make it even more fun, this time around you can do it in not 1 but 3 games, so you should be good for a lot of playtime in the foreseeable future. Number 19. Assassin's Creed Origins. Almost everyone knows Assassin's Creed by now, but this time around the series takes you to its origins, where you take the role of Bayek in ancient Egypt. Assassin's Creed Origins provides a fresh feeling as Ubisoft gave this game a hitbox-based combat system and elements from role-playing games, as where the previous titles were more stealth-based action games. And not to forget, you can ride camels. Number 18. Hades. Hades is a roguelike action dungeon crawler, where you play as the son of Hades as you attempt to escape from the underworld to reach Mount Olympus. Each run challenges you through a random series of rooms populated by enemies, where you can use combinations of your weapon, special attacks, dash ability and magic ability to fight them. Hades received universal acclaim for its gameplay, art direction, music, narrative and characters, and should be considered as one of the best games of 2020, as it was named Game of the Year from several award ceremonies and media publications. Number 70. Ori and the Will of Wisps. Ori and the Will of Wisps is a platform adventure Metroidvania game with an emphasis on exploration, collecting items and upgrades and backtracking to previous inaccessible areas. Play as Ori, a white guardian spirit, in this beautiful, dark but colored 2D world you never want to leave. Number 16. It Takes Two. It Takes Two is one of the best co-op adventure platform games in recent gaming history. Besides fun gameplay, you get an emotional story about a young girl named Rose that is saddened by the news that her parents are separating. She uses wood and clay to make a pair of dolls which magically come to life, which is a perfect setting to play together with a friend. Number 15. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. In Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, you control Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, in a third-person perspective. The story takes place several years after a massive interstellar war that raged across the universe. The Guardians of the Galaxy hope to make quick money during their adventurous wanderings around the galaxy. However, while attempting to capture a beast for a wealthy collector, a seemingly harmless bet between two team members inadvertently sets in motion a set of catastrophic events that threaten the peace of the fragile universe unless the team takes responsibility for their actions and eradicates the threat. With Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, you get a fun story you don't want to miss. Number 14. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Self-described as an independent AAA game, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is an action-adventure game set in a dark fantasy world inspired by Norse mythology and Celtic culture. The game follows Senua, a picked warrior who must make her way to Helheim by defeating otherworldly entities and facing their challenges in order to rescue the soul of her dead lover from the goddess Hela. Hellblade was a commercial success and was well received by critics, who praised it as a work of art and applauded its uncommon choice of revolving around psychosis, the quality and uniqueness, and its main character and story. Number 13. Far Cry 5. Set in Hope County, a fictional region of Montana, United States, the game revolves around the project at Eden's Gate, a doomsday cult that has taken over the county at the command of its charismatic and powerful leader, Joseph Seed. The gameplay focuses on combat and exploration, where you battle enemy soldiers and dangerous wildlife using a wide array of weapons. Number 12. Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is set sometime after the events of 2016's game. The story follows the Doomslayer once again, on a mission to end Hell's consumption of Earth and the aliens' plans to exterminate humanity. Besides a single-player campaign, you can also play multiplayer, battle mode, and horde mode, so there's enough variety here. If you want a fast-paced shooter with lots of gore, Doom Eternal is the best you can get. Number 11. Mortal Kombat 11. Talking about gore, Mortal Kombat 11 is also well known for that. Besides the known towers and multiplayer, you also get an amazing single-player experience, in which, following Shinnok's defeat, Dark Raiden plans to protect Earthrealm by destroying all of its enemies and making an example of Shinnok, a story you don't want to miss. Number 10. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge is a beat-em-up game developed by Tribute Games. It's a side-scrolling action brawler with a pixelated art style. In the game, you control Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael, April O'Neil, Master Splinter, and unlockable character Casey Jones as they combat opponents including the Foot Clan, Krang, Bebop and Rocksteady, and Shredder in locations ranging from New York City sewers to Dimension X. Each character has their own attributes, range, speed and power, and plays differently. They also have unique super moves and taunts. Throughout each stage, players will find pizza boxes which can be used to heal them, and other pies that grant players extra strength and infinite supers for a brief period of time. If you are a Turtles or Retro fan, you need to try this out. Number 9. Yakuza Like a Dragon. Started out as an April Fool's joke, Yakuza Like a Dragon became their best-selling game and first turn-based RPG, opposed to the previous beat-em-up action-adventure games. This time you follow the story of newcomer Ichiban Kasuga, who is on a personal quest to become a hero and uncover the reason for his betrayal alongside his companions. Like a Dragon received positive reviews from both players and critics who enjoyed the narrative, characters, gameplay, unique take on the JRPG subgenre, and presentation. So if you want a crazy but fun RPG in the Yakuza universe, you should be good with this one. Number 8. Dirt 5. Dirt 5 is an arcade racing game focused on off-road racing. Disciplines within the game include rallycross, ice racing, stadium super trucks, and off-road buggies. You can compete in events in a wide range of locations, namely Arizona, Brazil, China, Greece, Italy, Morocco, and a lot more. The game includes a dynamic weather system and seasons which affect the racing. For example, you can only compete in an ice racing event in New York during winter months. And if you don't want to play alone, you can always play with a friend online or up to 4-player split screen. Number 7. The Ascent. The Ascent is a cyberpunk-themed action role-playing game, presented from an isometric view overlooking the characters. The Ascent is a twin-stick shooter that includes the ability to aim both high and low on enemy targets, allowing you to differentiate between shooting enemies closer or further away. The mechanic is key to the game's cover system, allowing you to aim at enemies over the top of the props in the environment. You can fully customize their character's appearance and can augment their character with cyberware upgrades to get new skills and abilities. You also have an upgradable cyberdeck device, which you can use to gain access or hack into previous locked areas and loot certain chests. Furthermore, the Ascent has destructible environments that react to your actions, such as bullet impact, skill powers and explosions. All of this makes the Ascent a must-play on Xbox Game Pass. Number 6. Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six Siege is a tactical shooter in which you are put in a team of 5 players, where your mission varies from extracting a hostage, disabling a bomb, secure areas and more. You can do all of this with a wide choice of operators that all have their unique skill, which gives every single game within Rainbow Six Siege a fresh new spin. But be warned, as Rainbow Six Siege can get very addictive, especially with friends. Number 5. Skyrim. Skyrim might arguably be the best game Bethesda has released so far. In this action role-playing game, you play 200 years after the events of Oblivion within the place Skyrim, the northernmost province of Tamriel. Its main story focuses on your character, the Dragonborn, on your quest to defeat Alduin, the World Eater, a dragon who is prophesied to destroy the world. Over the course of the game, you complete quests and develop the character by improving your skills. The leveling system in Skyrim was made so clear and simple but addictive that you will lose yourself for hundreds of hours within its wide and open world. Number 4. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order might have it all, from platforming to intense Dark Souls-like combat to exploration, great graphics, an overall great story, all within the Star Wars universe. This is a Star Wars game a lot of fans have been waiting for. But if you're not a Star Wars fan at its core, you might become one once you play Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Number 3. Gears 5. Gears 5 is an Xbox exclusive third-person shooter developed by the Coalition and published by Xbox Game Studios, where you follow the story of Kate Diaz, who is on a journey to find out the origin of the Locust Horde, the main antagonist faction of the Gears of War series. Gears 5 has everything you need in a shooter, from fast action-paced gameplay, lots of guns, gore, a great single player, co-op options, multiplayer with lots of game modes, and much, much more. This might just be the most refined Gears to date, and is all for free on Xbox Game Pass. Number 2. Halo Infinite. If you don't know about Halo, you might have been living under a rock, as this is Microsoft's big pride and joy since the original Xbox. This time around you get a single player experience with an open world, which is a first time for Halo. Besides that, you get a very addictive multiplayer due to its amazingly crafted gameplay. But it still didn't reach the first spot because there are some adjustments needed to perfect Halo Infinite, especially in the multiplayer leveling part. And the game isn't fully released yet, as Forge, the building side of Halo, isn't available yet. But other than that, you still get a great shooter you can play for hundreds of hours without even knowing it. Number 1. Forza Horizon 5. Another pride and joy for Microsoft is Forza Horizon 5, Microsoft's open-world racing game that has been built from the ground up. As you can see, Forza Horizon 5 looks absolutely stunning, is amazingly fast, is smooth as butter, has hundreds of hours of content, and recently got a new update to add even more value. You can play this game alone or online, but whatever you choose to do, you will love it even if you're not a racing fan. So what game are you going to try out today on Xbox Game Pass? Comment below, hit the like button, subscribe and click on the next video. See you there!